Good morning, Facebook. This is Dwayne. On day one of my radio journey here at my job, where I work and what I do, some of you may know. Those of you who don't, may never know. But my job here is to keep you all entertained, happy, and informed. Today I want to talk about something serious. And the reason why I had to talk about this topic is because it really hit me at my job today. Criminals. I want to talk about two different kinds, murderers and thieves, two which I cannot stand. The first one I want to talk about this guy, Ryan Alexander Jenkins. Plenty of you probably know who this guy is. I remember watching one episode of Megan Wants to Marry a Millionaire because my wife and sister-in-law wanted to watch it, so of course I had to watch it with them. Well, this guy apparently murdered his ex-wife, who was actually a model, and the way he murdered her was so grotesque. He actually pulled out her teeth and chopped off her fingers in the process as well to keep her from being identified. This guy is sick, and there's nothing that can validate why he would do something like this. I just want to pay my respects to our family. So just recently over the weekend, they actually found his body hanging himself after a week-long manhunt. I guess he's gonna get what he deserves in the afterlife. But it's just sick these days how people think it's alright to kill one another like it's nothing. You're talking about somebody's life here. I know a lot of you probably had deaths in the family, people getting murdered and all that other stuff, but it's something serious. This is something real serious. And other things I was reading, even more locally, at a club called, I believe, the Forbidden City over the weekend. There was a bouncer who was off duty. See, this really touched me because I used to be a bouncer. I used to do security upstate Newport, New York. And he was trying to break up a fight that occurred outside the club. He was saying, when you do security, sometimes the place that you work at is like home. People you work with is like family. So of course you're gonna look out for them, make sure their job's easy, because it's very dangerous being a bouncer. And he ended up the driver, the guy, there was one guy in the car, and he ended up almost hitting two pedestrians on the street. So they went into an argument battle, and the guy got out of the car and just shot the bouncer and injured two other bystanders. And it's just senseless acts like this that just really, really piss me off. It really upsets me. And I think about it, it's like this kind of stuff, it doesn't just ruin America. These kind of people ruin the world. And speaking of that saying about ruining things, this guy in the subway, I'm pretty sure a lot of you all can relate. He tried to squeeze in a tiny little space between me and this other lady, and he asked me to shift over. And if I were to shift over, I would be basically on top of this other lady sitting next to me. So what I told him, I said, I can't move over unless I'm gonna be all on top of her, And so he goes to me, see, I'm the problem. What's wrong with this country? So I turned to him and said this straight out. I'm the problem what's wrong with this country? What, a young black man taking care of his wife, family, working full time, and going to school? Yes, I'm pretty sure I'm the problem with this country. When you got sickos like this, murdering their ex-wives, shooting bouncers just for the hell of it. You have gangs killing each other off of colors. That's mental. That's what's wrong in this country. I'm not the one that's been on Wall Street stealing $60 billion and laundering it. I'm sure I'm not the one. I'm sure people out there like me aren't the one. So we need to think before we speak about what's really ruining this country. And let's get away from the murder though. I want to talk about thieves. A lot of you have them in your family. Trust me, a lot of them have you in your group of friends. There's always that one thief who you just don't want to keep your belongings around, who you just keep an extra eye on whenever they're around. You know what I'm talking about. So this guy that works at my job, he hasn't worked here in about like 3 months or so. And he comes to one of the locations and decides to take all the money out the safe. Mind you, there's a front desk person, so they see who comes in and out the gym. So he goes mowing along and does it like nothing happens. And so when the girl comes in to open up, there's no money for her to open up, but he decides to keep her checks there, which is weird because her checks, if he was a real thief, would have got stolen too. But that's besides the point. Here's where stupidity comes in. He should be on one of those Spike TV shows. He decides to confess to stealing it and said, "I'm going to come back and return the money." We know some dumb people out there, but this guy, he topped the chart like that. How are you going to take money, confess to it, and then return it? One thing I learned from watching Law and Order, that show is so funny because you have the prosecutors really pounding on these criminals until they get a confession, and the criminals are just like, "Yes, I murdered my wife, and I'm gonna do it again." They confess like they're morons, like they're gonna get some kind of plea deal. Like this guy right here, he just confessed that he took the money. What I would suggest, and I don't condone stealing or anything like that, cover your ass. Always one thing I learned from Law and Order. Always deny everything. I don't care if they see money in your hands. Deny everything. And again, I'm not condoning stealing. That's actually one of the things I really hate. But look out for yourself and deny. Don't get yourself in a situation like that. Getting locked up potentially just for a few $100s. It's not that serious. But I think today that's what I'm gonna leave. All right, Facebook fam. To wrap everything up, just want to reiterate a couple of things that I talked about. Stealing. Is it that serious to steal a couple $100 and face up to a year in jail? Is it really that serious? And besides the jail time, it's a sin. I know we're all human and we may have stolen when we were little, but you're grown ass people. You're adults. That's childish. You want to make money? Find your niche. That's what I'm telling you. Find something you like to do and sell. Sell on the side. You can make cupcakes. Sell it on the side. Sell cupcakes on the side. You can eat. Go eat your ass off in some kind of pie eating contest and win some money. Just hone your talents and make that extra money. Not all of us can do this 9-to-5 job and feel happy with ourselves. That's not you. Try to do your own thing. Try to start your own business. Save up a little money. Therefore, you won't have to be stuck in a situation where you have to steal a couple $100. That's just not cool because it messes things up for you, it messes things up for your employer, whether you like them or not, and it messes things up for your other coworkers. Have a little heart, have a little compassion. And situations about so much hate in this world that people are driven to kill people and stuff in dumpsters. Control yourself. Go to anger management. Talk things out. Okay, let's say you go through a breakup. It's not the end of the world. I'm starting to realize that. I realized that actually a couple of years ago after one of my exes. Now I'm married, as you can see. It's not the end of the world. There are about, 4 billion females in the world, dudes. 4 billion females in the world that you can choose from. And ladies, there are about 3 billion guys in the world. You're sitting here wasting your time on this one guy or one girl, just lusting over them, crying over them, just going crazy over them because they don't want to be with you anymore. The faster you move on, the better you can heal. Because that Mr. Right will be out there. I promise you. I guarantee you. Yes, you may have time and experience. You don't want to start it all over, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? There's going to be someone out there who thinks just like you, that don't want to take the long time and getting to know somebody and blah, 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 and doing the dating and recording. No, you're going to find someone exactly what you're looking for. Just stop wasting your time, ladies and men. So just put a little love in your heart. Don't want to sound preachy, don't want to sound corny, but God bless. Take care, Facebook.